Welcome to tonight's top news stories from around the world. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Naurin. Let's get started with the headlines making waves right now. Harris accepts Democratic nomination with pledge of new way forward. The honor of my life, Walz accepts a VP nomination at DNC. Harris says now is the time for Gaza ceasefire deal. US tells UN Security Council Gaza ceasefire in sight ahead of Cairo talks. Canada forces arbitration in freight train labor dispute to avert economic crisis. Andrew Tate placed under house arrest as new human trafficking allegations emerge involving minors. Lost body from sunken super yacht has been recovered off Sicily. As more floods batter Bangladesh and India, death toll rises to 30. 7 dead, 12 injured in hotel fire in South Korea. Cambodia welcomes return of looted treasures from US. 9 believed dead after plane crashes in Thai jungle. And Ronaldo hits 50 Saudi League goals following YouTube feed. You were listening to Headlines, now news in detail. Kamala Harris accepted the Democratic presidential nomination in Chicago on Thursday before a rapturous crowd pledging a new way forward if she beats Republican Donald Trump in November's blockbuster election. The 59-year-old sought to strike a presidential tone as she delivered a message of unity and opportunity for Americans following one of the most extraordinary turnarounds in US political history. She lashed out at Trump, accusing him of trying to take our country backwards and of causing up to foreign tyrants like Russian President Vladimir Putin. On behalf of everyone whose story could only be written in the greatest nation on earth, I accept your nomination to be President of the United States of America, the Vice President said to huge cheers. I will be a president who unites us around our highest aspirations, she vowed. The convention became a giant party to celebrate Harris's astonishing ascent from something of a political afterthought to Democratic standard bearer upon President Joe Biden's surprise decision to end his re-election bid. A sea of waving stars and striped flags and chants of USA filled the arena as jubilant Democrats anointed Harris. She was later joined on stage by her running mate Tim Walz and their families as they held their arms aloft while 100,000 red, white, and blue balloons tumbled from the ceiling. Tim Walz has formally accepted his nomination to be the Democrats' vice presidential candidate in November's US election, rallying the party faithful in Chicago with a message of freedom and hope. It's the honor of my life to accept your nomination for Vice President of the United States, Walz said on Wednesday as he took to the stage at the end of the third day of the Democratic National Convention. We are all here tonight for one beautiful, simple reason. We love this country. Walz, the 60-year-old governor of Minnesota, was a relative unknown until Kamala Harris picked him as her running mate just over 2 weeks ago. Walz talked of his upbringing in a town of just 400 people in Nebraska, his service with the National Guard, and his experience as a teacher. He stressed the importance of preserving personal freedoms, taking a swipe at Republicans who have rolled back abortion rights, adding that in his experience, most Americans consider such issues to be private matters. We respect our neighbors and the personal choices that they make, he said of his Midwestern community. And even if we would not make those choices for ourselves, we have one rule: mind your own damn business. The crowd, many holding Coach Wall's banners in reference to his years coaching football, cheered and wept. During the final night of the Democratic National Convention, Vice President Kamala Harris called for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza and expressed support for the Palestinians' right to self-determination. Harris emphasized that now is the time to achieve a ceasefire deal, which would include securing the release of hostages and ending the ongoing conflict. She balanced this with a strong commitment to Israel's security, reflecting her stance on the importance of addressing both sides in the conflict. Harris's speech marked a significant moment in her campaign as she sought to address the humanitarian crisis in Gaza while maintaining a firm stance on global security. This position highlights the complex and sensitive nature of the situation, which has garnered international attention. Harris's remarks also come as part of her broader message of unity and resilience, which she has emphasized throughout her campaign. A Gaza ceasefire and hostage release deal now is in sight. The United States envoy to the United Nations has told the UN Security Council as a new round of talks begins in the Egyptian capital. Speaking before the council on Thursday, US Ambassador Linda Thomas Greenfield called on Hamas to accept a breaching proposal put forward by the US that appears to differ from a previous proposal adopted by the UNSC and agreed to by the Palestinian group. The proposal ostensibly aims to bridge unresolved disputes between Israel and Hamas to end the violence in Gaza, where Israeli forces have killed at least 40,265 Palestinians, wounded more than 93,000 others, and created a humanitarian crisis since beginning their offensive in October. Israel has accepted the bridging proposal. Now Hamas must do the same, she said. As members of this council, we must speak with one voice, and we must use our leverage to press Hamas to accept the breaching proposal. The remarks by Thomas Greenfield continued a trend of US officials claiming that Israel has agreed to a deal that Hamas has yet to accept, despite indications that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's insistence on Israel retaining strips of territory inside Gaza is the primary obstacle to a deal. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for global updates. Freight trains in Canada could be running again within days after the government forced the country's two major railroads into arbitration with their labor union Thursday, a move aimed at averting potentially dire economic consequences across the country and in the US if the trains are sidelined for a long period. The government's action came more than 16 hours after Canadian National and CPKC locked out workers over a labor agreement impasse. Both railroads said they would work to get trains moving again as soon as possible. The union, representing 10,000 engineers, conductors, and dispatchers, responded angrily to the order, accusing the railroads of intentionally creating a crisis to force the government to intervene. It also said it would keep its picket lines in place while reviewing the decision. The government ordered the railroads into arbitration with the Teamsters Canada Rail Conference to end the lockout that began at 12:01 a.m. Thursday after the two sides were unable to resolve the contract dispute. Labor Minister Stephen Mackinnon announced the decision to order the arbitration at a news conference Thursday. Mackinnon said he expects the trains will resume moving within days. Ending the lockouts is the first step. A court in Romania's capital Thursday placed the divisive internet influencer Andrew Tate under house arrest for 30 days as prosecutors investigate a sprawling new case that involves allegations of human trafficking of minors and sex with a minor. The Bucharest tribunal's decision comes a day after prosecutors detained six people, including Tate, 37, and his brother Tristan Tate, 36 years old, after masked police raided four homes in Bucharest and nearby Ilfov County. Prosecutors had asked the court to remand the brothers in custody for 30 days. Tristan has been placed under judicial control, which typically involves geographical restrictions and reporting periodically to the police. The brothers' spokesperson, Mate Petrescu, responded to the decision by saying the judge denied prosecutors' request due to the brothers' exemplary behavior while previously under preventative arrest measures in a separate case, and that they firmly deny all of the allegations against them and remain steadfast in proving their innocence. The Tate brothers, both former kickboxers and dual British-US citizens, are already awaiting trial in Romania in a separate human trafficking case along with two Romanian women. Romanian prosecutors formally indicted all four last year. The Italian Coast Guard said the body of the final missing person, who was on a super yacht that sunk off the coast of Sicily, has been found in the wreckage. The woman's body was detected on Friday. She has not been identified, but Hannah Lynch, the 18-year-old daughter of British tech magnate Mike Lynch, is reportedly unaccounted for. The Lynch family was aboard the Bayesian, a 56-meter British-flagged yacht, when it went down in a storm early Monday. Civil protection officials said they believe the ship was struck by a tornado over the water known as a waterspout and sank quickly. Mike Lynch's body was recovered Thursday. He had been celebrating his recent acquittal on fraud charges with his family and the people who had defended him at trial in the United States. His wife, Angela Bucharest, was among the 15 survivors. Floods wreaked more havoc in India's northeast and neighboring Bangladesh's eastern region, raising this week's total death toll to 30, officials and media reports said Friday. Rain stopped in many parts of Bangladesh on Friday, and weather officials in Dhaka said the waters had started receding in some areas, but said the flooding would not be over for days. In India's Tripura state, 8 more people died in the last 24 hours, raising the death toll to 19 since Monday, said a state disaster management official on condition of anonymity as he was not authorized to speak to media. Earlier, 11 people were reported dead. In Bangladesh, 7 more people died in the last 24 hours, Dhaka-based Akhon TV reported Friday. Earlier, 4 deaths were reported in raging waters flooding downstream from India and amid incessant rains in the country's eastern region. Bangladeshi non-government organization BRAC said in a statement that up to 3 million people remained stranded as fast-moving water inundated vast areas of farmland, destroying livelihoods, homes, and crops. It said many remained without electricity, food, or water. Other media reports said up to 4.5 million people have been affected in the Delta nation of 170 million people. A number of charity groups have called for help with a student group collection, dry food, cash, water, and medicines at Dhaka University in the nation's capital. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. A fire at a hotel in South Korea has killed 7 people and injured 12 others, fire authorities said Friday. The fire began on the 8th floor of the 9-story hotel in Bucheon, just west of the capital, Seoul, around 7:40 p.m. on Thursday, before being put out in about 2 hours, according to the Interior Ministry. 7 people died, mostly guests, and 12 were sent to hospitals for treatment, including 3 in critical condition, said Lee Sang-dong, an official at the Buncheon fire station. Among those killed were a couple who jumped out the windows onto an air mattress installed in front of the building, Lee said. It was unfolded normally but appeared to have flipped over when they jumped down, he told a televised briefing. Authorities were looking into the exact cause of the incident, adding that there were no sprinklers inside, which was not mandatory when the building was completed in 2003, Lee added. Cambodia welcomed the return of a batch of trafficked Buddhist and Hindu statues from collectors and museums in the United States. In recent years, the kingdom has worked closely with US officials to secure the return of hundreds of precious cultural artifacts, many of them stolen and exported illegally. The latest return is of 70 Khmer objects, including stone statues of a mythical warrior from the Hindu epic Mahabharata and the deities Shiva and Uma, as well as a bronze head. Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet presided over a ceremony to welcome the items. The artifacts we have reclaimed are invaluable as national cultural heritage for the Cambodian people, the real owners, he said. Culture and Fine Arts Minister Terang Sakona said a significant portion of Cambodian cultural heritage had been repatriated over the past 5 years through a series of negotiations, court cases, and voluntary returns. Rescuers scoured the Thai jungle today for 9 missing people after a turboprop plane crashed southeast of capital Bangkok, though authorities expected no survivors. The aircraft went down in the jungle of Chachoengsao province yesterday and all on board were believed dead, Thai officials said. 9 people, including 2 pilots and 7 passengers, were traveling from Bangkok's Suvarnabhumi airport to Trat province, an area on the Gulf of Thailand known for its beaches, when the plane went down. It happened at around 3:10 p.m. We are trying to find those missing, but we believe that they are all dead, Chachoengsao Governor Chongleti Yongtrong told reporters at the scene Thursday. According to local media, passengers included 4 Thais and 5 Chinese, including 2 children aged 12 and 13. Let's have a look on today's sports story. Cristiano Ronaldo has kicked off his latest Saudi Pro League campaign with a spectacular header, but his side Al Nassr was held to a 1-1 draw at home by Al Raid on Thursday. At Al Park, Ronaldo demonstrated his striking prowess with a powerful header in the 35th minute, connecting with Sadio Mane's precise cross from the left wing and leaving 22-year-old goalkeeper Mishari Senior with no chance. The goal marked Ronaldo's 50th in just 49 matches in the Saudi League. It also made him the 3rd fastest player to reach this milestone, and he is now just 2 goals shy of achieving 900 career goals. Al Nassr went into the break with a lead, but it was short-lived as Al Raid equalized with a penalty kick 4 minutes after the break. Ronaldo, however, nearly secured the win in the 76th minute, but his goal was disallowed after a lengthy VAR review for offside. Post-match, Al Nassr manager Luis Castro expressed frustration, saying the cancellation of Ronaldo's goal was incorrect and we should have been awarded a penalty kick that wasn't given. In addition to his football achievements, Ronaldo has recently made headlines in the digital world with his newly launched YouTube channel surpassing 1 million subscribers in less than a day. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feast. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 18,850.85. The NYSE Composite is decreased by 51.65 points or 0.27%. Tokyo stock close price is 38,211.01. The Nikkei 225 index is increased by 259.21 points or 0.68%. Shanghai stock close price is 2,848.77. The Shanghai index is decreased by 7.81 points or 0.27%. Hong Kong stock close price is 17,641.00. The Hang Seng index is increased by 249.99 points or 1.44%. Bombay stock close price is 81,053.19. The Sensex index is increased by 147.89 points or 0.18%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Harris accepts Democratic nomination with pledge of new way forward. The honor of my life, Walz accepts a VP nomination at DNC. Harris says now is the time for Gaza ceasefire deal. US tells UN Security Council Gaza ceasefire in sight ahead of Cairo talks. Canada forces arbitration in freight train labor dispute to avert economic crisis. Andrew Tate placed under house arrest as new human trafficking allegations emerge involving minors. Lost body from sunken super yacht has been recovered off Sicily. As more floods batter Bangladesh and India, death toll rises to 30. 7 dead, 12 injured in hotel fire in South Korea. Cambodia welcomes return of looted treasures from US. 9 believed dead after plane crashes in Thai jungle. And Ronaldo hits 50 Saudi League goals following YouTube feed. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jabu TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jabu BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.